All right.
I'm like eagerly waiting for it to catch up on YouTube so I can mute it.
Yeah, I know. It's like you have to stalk it. It does say we're live, but there is that
Charles
delay.
is already here. Everybody, what's up?
Yes, we're live.
All right, perfect. We're live. 2 minutes and 2 minutes.
Everybody, what's up?
We're live.
All right, perfect. We're live. Someone is in it. All right, perfect.
Mute your YouTube.
Yeah, somebody's got their YouTube on.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, somebody's got their YouTube on.
Yeah, mute your YouTube.
I don't have YouTube on.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I don't even have my internet other than this open.
Oh my god. It was me. I had Discord open. It was playing in the Discord. But it's so that was me. Sorry.
You're over here like mute it.
That's okay. No worries. Hello, everybody in the chat. How are you? Charles is here. Woo, woo. Tasha's here. Hello, Lynn.
It was my fault, Lynn. It was me.
I know. Jen's over here causing trouble.
I know.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Ooh, Taco Bell sounds good. I had tacos last night.
Taco Bell. But I love
It's
it.
probably gonna be Friday night's dinner.
I know.
They're getting a 7-layer burrito, and I'm like gutted over here.
I'm very sad about the nachos.
Right? Why are they doing this to us? We have a rough year already.
Made fun for her.
Charles, I wasn't coming for you. He's just, I haven't even said anything. He just knows that me and Deja is like, Charles. But
I'm
you're
very concerned about Charles's currently reading list.
I'm very
about it.
He's at like 130. I'm just like, how can you be currently reading 130 books? Like, it's not even.
It's not. That's the truth.
I was like, that's intense even for me.
Right.
I have a question. Does anyone know why? Like, how it can't like comment in the comments? Any idea why?
In StreamYard, you can't
do
unless
it.
you're hosting.
I can't. What?
Yeah, you can't do it on StreamYard if you're not the host.
Oh, you have to do it on YouTube. Okay.
We all have like, YouTube open on mute. That's why that.
Oh, I gotcha. I got it. I'm with you.
Yeah. Also, I think if you also join the one where you pay a bunch of money.
Yeah. I think I was just thinking when I was the host, I did it because I'm like, I swear I did that before. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be hosting and then if I'm not hosting, I usually just have like YouTube on the side there and I can.
I gotcha.
Whatever.
Cool.
That's what I do.
Tasha, that's awesome. You have to let me know when you finish it. We were reading Lover and Shrine.
Oh, yes.
I liked it. It wasn't my favorite of the series, but it was good.
Right.
Yeah.
I just need to get back into that series. I put it down probably a year ago.
Tasha.
Naima, you're reading that series too, aren't you? Or you're on Black Dagger Brotherhood?
Oh yeah, I'm reading it today.
Yes, and
That's the best one.
Yeah,
I know,
actually,
like you're my favorite book. Woo woo.
yeah, I've got to get back to that one too. I also set it down like I think a year ago.
I don't know if I'm gonna honestly want to do more. Like, I think I'll read up to like maybe 8 or 9, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep going through all of them because there's so many.
That's what I think.
I wonder how I'd feel now that I've like went all through IAD, but I made it up through 5 of that, and then I was just burned out for the time because the forward momentum of this series didn't feel like it was going somewhere for me the way that you're reading The Takeover, Lynn. Sorry, I just got
Startled me.
I know.
Whoa. That's way too much energy for a Tuesday.
And I am an extrovert, and this is the only extroverted thing I get to do besides church all week. So that's why I
feel
hang
you,
out
man.
with you guys, because it's literally like put the heroin in my fucking veins. Sorry, I'm swearing on your channel, but it's like that's what it is.
You're fine. I scream inappropriate things in her comments during live shows.
All the
Right.
time. It's fine. I've already marked this not appropriate for children.
Well,
so.
you're not on when you like.
Good.
I don't care about it. Anyway, I knew she'd get excited. Lynn, the takeover. Tristan is my dream. I want him. You all have to read that book. I'll make you. I'll read
The
it to you.
takeover. Hold on, let me write it down.
What?
Who's Tristan?
Oh, Tristan in the Takeover. It's a book, of course.
Who's it by?
I haven't
Yep.
read it.
Yep. And it comes out August 25th. But if you have NetGalley, like it's an instant approved one, so you can get it now.
Gotta go open a new tab.
She's like, let me do that.
Totally paying attention to this conversation right now.
Yeah.
100%.
I can't help it.
Tasha, she's
Yep.
talking about the takeover.
The Takeover. Yep. I made a video. It went up today. I made the video just so I could talk about this book.
Send it to my Kindle.
I like. Yeah. Anyway, okay. That's not what we're for.
That's not what we're doing today.
Yes, I really want to get to John Matthews' book very much so.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm just gonna go until I get to his book and stop.
Right. The plot is so good. Plus, John Matthews is my favorite, but there's so many different things that come together, and it's just the best.
My favorite book is Sadis's book.
Yeah, Zeus is hard to beat.
I just like,
I
man.
like a lot. I like Butch.
I like
Really?
that.
I know.
It wasn't my favorite.
Mine are John Matthew, Zeus, and V. What's his name? The
Vicious.
Vicious. Yeah, those are my top three.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved all the ones I read. The first 5, 6 that I read, I really liked it. So.
Yeah, John Matthew. You got to read Black Dagger Brotherhood. It's so good. Yeah, Sadis is amazing. I mean, I will get everybody to read that series, honestly.
It was funny. I read the first book like years ago, probably like 6 years ago. And then I picked them back up last year. And I'm like, I'm doing it this time.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I forgot how much I love paranormal romance, so I just have to get back into it. So
I feel that.
It's a big world. Like I put it down for a year.
Yes, I have read Beverly Jenkins.
Yes, I love Beverly.
Yes.
A queen. I love her so much.
Rage, yep.
I like Rage. I like his
I love
book.
all their names with the like H in there. Or these, like, random things. Like it's like, oh, they're so exotic because you put like a E in there instead, or like
It is. Well, I always listen to them all on audiobook, so I didn't know that it was spelled weird until I would do like a Goodreads review and I would see it. I was like, oh,
You're
it's
like,
spelled
huh?
like this.
Yep. That happened to me when I just read Dark Sky, because they're the Reckoners, but it's like an H in front or whatever's in front of it.
Mhm.
So I picked up the book and I was like, what word is this? And I was like, oh, it's Reckoner that I've been saying. Yes.
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 In fact, I feel like the first two, like the opening book of each of those series has a very similar kind of thing, where it's they're finding their fated mate kind of the same.
Yeah,
way.
it's definitely like
Kind
a
of.
fated mates.
Mine.
Yes.
I've been like feeling the paranormal recently. I don't know why. Like I'm in like a mood.
Because you get like contemporary vibes without like it being the real world right now, in which you're going, don't touch.
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Like let me die of something else. That's crazy, you know?
Mhm.
Well, and it's easier to forgive a fated mate like paranormal when they're alpha, because you're like, they literally cannot help it, and then they do help it, and you're like, oh, look at you fighting your be like a good guy.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I love. I
And
love
then when
my
we don't, we're like,
Mhm.
I love when my alpha is literally alpha
I'm here
to
for
everyone
it.
else except for his female protagonist, and he's all like just putty. I'm just like, yes, I love that.
I know. I love it. I like alpha as long as they don't cross into like douchebag territory. You know.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's that fine line there.
Sorry. Ouch here. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I saw a couple comments in here about
All
what
right.
everybody was reading, but if we just want to go through and tell everybody what we're reading, and then we can get on our reading sprint here. But Jen, if you want to go first.
I was like, who's Jen? I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
I know.
I was like,
So I'm listening to, I don't have a picture of it, but I'm listening to Tapping the Billionaire by Max Monroe. So
okay.
listening to that right now. Which is a boss billionaire romance. Yep.
I'm trying to remember if I've read that one. I feel like I have.
Yeah, it's connected with the St. Luke's ones because the heroine, her brother is the ER doctor.
What?
Jenny, someone's calling your iPhone.
Oh, Jenny. Okay. Anyway.
I'm reading Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey because I got an arc of it and I never read it. So I'm reading it now.
Dominic.
I'm 32% in. I'm really curious where I'm going to fall because Steph really liked it. And then like Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads didn't really like it. I think I'm going to be in the middle of the two of them, but I'm not sure. Because I feel like reading it as someone who's married is very different. Than, like I've been with Dave for 11 years, I think. Maybe 12. I don't know. I don't keep count. I don't care. But like we've been together a really long time. So to view a relationship that's been that long in a book with the second chance is different. So we'll see. We'll see. So far, I'm enjoying it. I do keep wanting to yell at him to just use your words. Use your words, my dude. Just use your words.
Kayla, you want to go next?
So I have not been reading. I've been in a funk. I started RuPaul's Drag Race and I can't stop watching it. If you guys have not watched it, it is so good. And it's like, if you need like a dash of happiness, go to RuPaul. It is so good. But I have been reading. So Ruby Dixon is writing like a serial on Facebook and I'm like 3 days behind. So she like puts out like a chapter every day. And so I'll probably pick that up.
Nice.
Catch up.
And Naima?
Okay. I'm reading the third book. I'm so excited. It kind of left off on a cliffhanger with like Bella being kidnapped or whatever. Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm kind of worried about like all the emotional stuff. Like I don't mind it, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot. So with him being what he was, the blood slave. So but I'm really excited. It should be good.
Yeah, that book is intense. Yeah. And Ashley?
I'm reading Taking It Danny Brown. Yes. I had been like waiting to read this because we're like a book club that me and Avery and Jen's bookshelf do. And I didn't want to like read it too soon because I forget things. And so I've been holding myself back, but now I can feel it. So
I can't wait to read it, but I put it on my August TBR like an idiot.
It's on my August TBR too.
Yeah. So far, I'm only like 75 pages in, but I mean, so far it's super cute. So
I'm excited.
And I have to read Breaking Dawn because I'm going live for that tomorrow. So I forgot how freaking chunky this book is. Honestly.
Just throw it away. Just throw it in the trash. It's fine.
No.
I'm getting bad flashbacks just seeing it.
6 hours. I loved it so much.
And honestly, I just finished Crave too. And Naima, you read Crave too by Tracy Wolf, right?
Yeah,
I actually really liked it.
I wasn't expecting to. It ended up being so good.
yeah.
Wait, it's good? Because I definitely put it off because I thought it was bad.
Same seeds.
I liked it. Nostalgic,
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Ooh.
And it does end on a cliffhanger. I'm like, ah!
The audio is good for it too. So if anyone like
I listened to it. Yeah, it was really good.
I would almost recommend that because I had a little bit of a hard time like getting through it. Like I got like the middle way, and then I'm like, okay, is something else going to happen? And then it did. But yeah, I really liked it though.
Yeah.
Do you like the in Twilight? Sorry.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did.
I think so. I mean, Twilight's so hard to like take away from the time I read it because I was like 17. I feel like it's just different. But I liked it. I think I like where it's going better than Twilight, if that makes sense.
Right.
With the twist on the end.
Izzy, that's a great idea.
I'll make one later.
Yeah. Yes.
Sure.
Alrighty, so I'm going to set a timer for 40 minutes. Timer. And then we're going to mute ourselves and we will be back. Alrighty, everybody. How was everybody's reading?
Good.
Good.
Zaf is so cute in this book. He's so cute.
I cannot wait to read that book, honestly.
It's funny because like Danny, I think is awesome, but just nothing like me, which is interesting. Like it's almost like she took with like typical, I'm using air quotes, like the typical like female role in a relationship and gave it to Zaf, and then she's almost like what the typical like guy relationship is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, not that I'm saying people have to be like that, but you know what I mean? Like the stereotypical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting so far.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about that book.
I'm very excited. I'm definitely making a read-along channel in the Discord if anybody wants to join us.
Definitely. I'll check it out once you make it.
So we can read that together as a group. If anybody
Well,
else
I'm
wants
loving.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
to. You're right, go
I
ahead.
don't know if it's like live, but I'm really loving it. I got 5 chapters in, and my heart hurts for Zetas. I just read like a flashback scene, and I'm like, no. What? So yeah, it's really sad right now.
Oh, I know.
That sucks.
But they just found out that Bella is alive. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I left off. I'm loving it.
That's the thing with the paranormal books is like, because they are like immortal, they can suffer so much more than like a people can. And so for thousands of years or hundreds of years of like, I don't know, that's what makes those, they can be as dark as that, is like they can suffer so much longer than everyone else. So it hurts more.
Right. That is heartbreaking, Melissa.
Oh no!
It always happens to me at like 11:30 at night.
Right. Like, you're at a really intense place.
Yeah.
And
or
it
when
freezes.
you're like, yeah, when you're like, oh, I only have like 30 minutes, but I'm gonna read. And you're like, no.
No, you're not.
Every time.
That's
And I have to
tragic.
sit on my phone until it uploads. And
So sad.
Danger.
I got like 18% further into Love Her and Lose Her, and I'm liking it. I'm in. I don't know. I'm not thrilled about a certain plot point that I'm not going to say here because it would be a spoiler, I guess. But one of the things he doesn't talk about with her really bugs me. I will say that. So yeah. But
yeah,
Tessa Bailey is like compulsively readable, I feel like. I'm just like trucking through that book and I'm like, how am I already 50% through almost?
Yeah.
It's weird. But it's good. I'll probably finish it tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna look up and you're gonna have a finished book.
I forgot to show everyone when I said my name, but I finally got my Tessa Bailey, or not Tessa Bailey. My finally came. Very awkward. Like, under my so but I'm like, okay. Hello.
I was saying that before, like everybody else joined in StreamYard. I was just like, the graphics, it's kind of lower than I thought it was.
I guess because it's like,
but
I don't know, but still cute.
Yeah. It is weird on shirts when that happens though, because I think it's like everyone like body shape, so I feel like it is hard to put it, but maybe the graphic was meant to go lower or higher, who knows.
I mean, I get it. If you're someone who like doesn't have breasts, then it's just there, but I still feel like that's low.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's still low.
If the heart's up here, then it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were yelling at me. Where are you going?
Sorry, everyone. Let me stop.
I'm just wondering how many times we can say breast during the live.
I mean, breast is the tamest way to say that.
You want me to say sperm too? I can do that.
No, yes. That is a tame version to say. Yeah, you're
something
right.
that was fun. I don't know if any of you guys watched Dominic Noble.
That's the only reason I haven't ordered that shirt.
He did this for a fundraiser at the beginning of like COVID. He did this live read aloud of 50 Shades of Grey. And so we had guests coming on reading 50 Shades of Grey. It was funny, but he was doing it for like, he donated all the proceeds from it and like had a fundraiser going because he did some pretty extensive, like, it was good. So.
That's pretty funny. I feel like it would have been funny. Like, I actually liked the books, but I could see why it would be funny.
Oh, yeah. But I'm not I wasn't a huge fan of his like breakdown of the books and everything, but that read along for charity was funny because if it's not your style, like it was funny that he was getting it read to him and he's just like, you know, oh God, this is torture for me. Like, if you don't like it, it's not fun.
Right.
And I mean, the prose isn't super great when it's like read out loud. That doesn't take away from anyone who liked it. Like, I just don't think I could go back to that series. So that was my very first like real erotica or anything. And I appreciate it for what it got me into. But after having read like much, much better BDSM and much, much better dark romances, I just don't know if I could go back the same way I can't go back to like Twilight.
Let me tell you, don't go back. Keep it in your sweet memory.
Yeah.
What?
I won't. It's why I'm afraid to reread like any of my old, like even like teen favorites. I know, was it Avery? Somebody did like a reading my old favorites video, and I think it was Avery. And like I think she likes like half of them, but like I just feel like it's not the same, and you like I don't destroy my memories. So I probably won't be doing that.
I'm really careful with which ones because now that I'm not even now that I'm older, it's just now that I've read thousands more books since then, literally, I just don't really look back. Like unless a book really hits me in the heart, I don't go backwards because things just evolve so much. So
and I totally agree. It's about like how many things you've read because like some people also started reading romance much younger than others. Like people start at like 12 or 13, while some people are in 30s, 40s, 50s before they start reading romance, which I think so or reading it all really, but you know what I mean. Which is always really interesting to hear.
Yeah. That's why I think that's why when I read like a Joanna Lindsay, or I read an old Lisa Kleypas, or I read one of those, I try to think, how would this have felt reading it in the context of the time and not just about what we know now? Like there's some things, straight up just like racist or sexist don't. But what are they trying to say? Like, that's why I love listening to the Fated Mates podcast when they break that stuff down, because they'll be like, hey, so this came out during the time when women were having to be the ones in charge. Like it was during like this when like a bunch of men were laid off, and so they wanted fantasy to break it, so it's like they wanted these alpha males who were just like taking over because they wanted to read that. So it's like, what is the context of a romance novel? And not everyone's going to pick up a book and do that, but like I try to be conscious of that. If I read a book from the 80s it offends me, maybe I try to be like, okay, well, what was going on? Like, what is this author doing? Because I doubt like Avon or Berkeley would have let something truly horrifying happen for the time. Like they can look back and say it was bad, but anyway, sorry, that was a rant. But that's just when I'm reading a Johanna Lindsay and I'm like biting my hand off because I'm like, what are you doing? So
it's true.
Kayla, did you watch your show?
Yes, I did not read. I'm watching All Stars, and so it's like the best of the best, and so it's really fun. But I want to show what I got in the mail. I got your book, Jen.
Oh my gosh, I cried so many times. There are like there's some of them. Happy tears. It was all happy tears, but I bawled.
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Excited. I'll add my tears to the pages. And
like raise another pound in shipping.
Just going to be waterlogged by the time it gets back to Jen.
Are any of the rest of you getting this one from me?
I am.
Yeah, you are?
Okay. I think I'm getting it after Kayla.
Yeah. she'll show you. I did a sticky note with the color I used, so the next person can like.
It's really cute.
Yeah, I found a really pretty copy. I found that for $2.
What?
Yes.
Awesome.
There's this thrift store near me that all their hardcover books are $2, and all their paperbacks are $2 for $1. So
wow,
yeah,
that's awesome. I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicole, what did you read?
Breaking Dawn.
Oh, that's
right.
I got to the part where they're leaving for their honeymoon, and Jacob just has to ruin everything for existing.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Like, God.
Some of that honeymoon stuff was some of the sexiest stuff I read up to that point in my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me,
the first half of the book.
I kind of have to think about that.
Whenever I read it, I still get a little excited because it was fun when I was like 16 when it came out. So
yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I honestly like I just can't help but compare it to because the movies are fresher, obviously. Because when I read this book, it's like they just came out, and it was like so long ago. But I was just like, wow, that's more dramatic than it was in the movie. Like for everything that's happening.
In Breaking Dawn, I feel like the big issue is you go from like this romance to a horror movie all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I was like,
real bad.
I mean, how else were they supposed to do that? Like when I think back to like when I first saw it, of just like, how else do you do that? Like,
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I'm just saying it is a very sudden jump.
Yeah. I thought at the time it was like kind of graphic. Like,
oh, it still is.
Yeah, I haven't reread the books recently, but I've watched the movies a couple months ago. I went on like a binge and watched them all.
Avery did too, I think. Yeah.
Especially being in like Jacob's head when some of that stuff happens. It's just like, because I never used to have a gag reflex until like I started watching The Walking Dead and I started getting sick watching all the fake blood. Never had it ever. And so my friend and I rewatched the Twilight movies and did like drinking games, and I really like threw up my beer.
Oh my gosh.
I hadn't even had that much to drink that. I was like, dang it, I'm a weakling now.
Yeah.
But, this affects baby. Jesus.
Honestly, I work in the medical field. It takes a lot to creep me out.
True.
So
well, I grew up on a farm. Birth cattle and like cut them out of the birthing sacks when they come out. Like I wasn't a
Then, like, this is fine.
He's like, don't say birthing sacks.
I'll stop now. I've only drank half of my wine. I'm sorry.
Breath, birthing sack.
I'm sorry, Ashley. And everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Sorry, I'm just laughing.
I thought about going into medical stuff, but I don't think I can handle the like gory parts. Like I don't do this with my blood or like other people, like that kind of thing. Like, but it's the other stuff. Like, I don't know.
I just want to know what people stuck up their butt.
Yeah. That would be the other stuff I was.
I just don't. I don't want to know what was stuck up butts.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, now that I work in radiology, I don't actually take the pictures, but I still see all of it.
You still hear about things that got stuck up people's butts.
Oh, yeah.
There's a nurse I follow on TikTok that he does post about like stuff he finds in x-rays.
Ashley's like, I just got over the other thing. Let's not.
I won't mention the things, but there's things.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. One thing I've learned from BDSM novels, it's gotta have a base if you're gonna try to put it up your butt. Like it's gotta have a base.
Always flared.
It has to be flared. Yes. Because otherwise,
we're going to the hospital.
Yes.
Yep. Otherwise, it ain't coming out.
Without help.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, you guys are my favorite.
Oh, well, I hope everybody, has a great night. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And if you want to talk about anything else in the comments, now is your chance, because we're probably gonna call it.
Don't forget, if you aren't already, we're almost at 100 people in our Discord already. So make sure you check out. It's in my video descriptions. I think other people have it in theirs now.
Mine too.
But we're at 90 people I saw, so that's so awesome.
Try not to look.
Well, this isn't for a prize. They're not going to monetize our Discord at any point, but the more of you we get in there, it's fun to have more people to talk to. So
yeah, I love the talks we get to have in there. And we're doing a buddy read in there next month.
Yeah, and we put in like books that are on sale, stay up to date on these live shows and different things. And if you're a booktuber or romance tuber finding us, you can share your videos with people. So
yeah,
make sure you do that.
Please don't, because I'm my back. I'm kidding. I'm getting there, guys. I promise. I'm coming.
Well, also, like when you do we're trying to tag everybody, you do the @ everyone, and it's like, you're about to share this with 83 people. Are you sure? And I'm like, yes.
Yep.
All right, everyone's saying good night. So thank you so much again, everyone. Night.
Starts on Sunday. Woo!
Oh, yeah. Self-plug. Summer fling. Do it.
All right, now Sunday.